One of the most common things I hear from men isn't, I don't know what to do. It's, I know what to do, but I can't stick to what I'm saying I'm going to do. They struggle with discipline. They struggle to stay consistent with their diet. They struggle to stay in at the weekend, struggle with their training, or they just can't keep their word to get where they want to go. So they end up staying in this cycle of starting something, stopping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. And I can relate to this because this was me for a long time in my life. I could never stay disciplined with staying in. I couldn't stay committed to my training or stick to a nutrition routine. But by understanding these principles that I'm going to teach you today, it's enabled me to stay super disciplined in my life. Now, I haven't got this one linear approach when it comes to discipline. I don't just say, to be disciplined, you must do X. I break it down into a systematic process to help give discipline a helping hand. Now, before we do that, I just want to give you my definition of discipline, right? Discipline to me is, number one, keeping your word. So when you say that you're going to do something, you do it. You say you're going to go to the gym, you go to the gym when you say you're going to do it. And then the other side of discipline is staying committed and consistent and saying no to certain things. So if you're on a diet and you know that you shouldn't be eating chocolate, you say no. So it's either keeping your word or saying no. I'm going to show you exactly how you can stay disciplined to all that you say that you want to do. As I mentioned, one of the most important parts of discipline is keeping your word. So when you say you're going to do something, you do it. You say you're going to go gym at 6 tomorrow, you go at 6. You don't go in the evening, you don't go the next day, you go when you say. You're going to get up on time tomorrow, you get up on time. You're going to stay in at the weekend, you stay in. Now, if you keep your word, this will not only build discipline, but self-trust, self-confidence, consistency, routine. You'll build better habits and you'll just feel 10x better in yourself. But it's not as easy as what it sounds. And the problem is people make empty promises. So they have one bad day of eating and then they say, that's it, tomorrow I'm on a new diet and I'm not eating X and I'm gonna do X. The next day comes, they don't do it. They have one bad weekend, this was me. Monday comes, I'm never drinking again. Gets to the weekend, you feel better, you drink again. So all you're doing is breaking your promise. And if you break your promise, you're gonna trust yourself less. You're obviously not going to be disciplined, you're not going to be consistent, and you're not going to believe a word that you're saying. But it's not just about keeping your word. Keeping your word is the most important thing, but you need these other things in place that allows you to keep your word. The first thing is just having a clear goal. If you're trying to keep your word towards something, but you haven't got a clear goal, it's so much harder. Just saying that you want to train and be disciplined with your nutrition without a goal like losing weight or building muscle is hard. Just saying that you want to run tomorrow, but you not working towards a 5K, a 10K or a half marathon or a marathon is so much harder. Just saying that I just want to stay in at the weekend, but you have nothing else to focus on is going to be so hard to keep your word. But if you have a clear goal in place, it makes it so much easier to stick to your word. If you're not sure on how to set goals, I'll put a link below to show the exact system that I use to set goals. Now, once you've got your goal in place, you then need this next step. You need a plan of action. If you've just got goals, but no plan of action, these goals remain a wish. What do I mean by plan of action? If you say that you are going to run a marathon, you want to know exactly what runs you need to do, on what day, and on what time. If you say that you want to lose 10 kg of weight, you want to know the exact exercise you've got to do, on the exact days that you've got to do, or even when you're meal prepping, or the exact calories. You need to know the exact plan. Because if you've got a plan and you schedule this plan in a planner or a calendar and you know what you've got to do, when you're going to do it, it makes it so much more easier to adhere to. Whenever I'm just trying to keep my word, like I said at the beginning, but I don't have a clear goal, it's hard. Whenever I'm trying to stick to this goal, but I have no plan, it's hard. How much better does it sound when you've got a clear goal in place, you know exactly what you've got to do that's going to take you to the goal. Keeping your word is going to be a lot easier. And when you start keeping your word, you start to build habits, and these habits just become a way of your life and how you show up every single day. But even with the clear goal, even with the plan, you need something else that's going to make you keep your word. And the final bit is having a clear why. Something that is going to hold you accountable to keep your word. Let's run it back. What sounds more realistic of you being disciplined? Ready? Just saying you're going to do something. Tomorrow I'm going to train, I'm going to stay in at the weekend, or I'm going to eat a diet. Yeah, that version of trying to be disciplined. Or having a clear goal. I am going to lose 10 kg. Number 2, clear plan. Knowing exactly what you've got to do and when you're going to do it, and scheduling these actions into your calendar so you know what you've got to do every single day. And then finally, backing it with a strong why. I want to lose that weight because I'm sick and tired of feeling unconfident. And when I grew up, I was out of shape and always got laughed at. Or I feel unconfident when I take my top off in front of women, or whatever it might be. Can you see how you systemize it? Keeping your word is going to be so much easier. You say this is your goal. You say this is what you're going to do. And you say this is why you're doing it. That is going to make sure that you hold yourself accountable. But just the why in itself, if you have a strong emotional reason to keep your word, you're going to show up and do what you say that you're going to do. If you've got a strong reason to achieve your goal, you've got a strong reason to stick to this plan, it makes it inevitable. When you have a strong why, it gives you a reason to show up. If you have no reason, you have no plan, you have no goal, sticking to your word is going to be very hard. And that's what discipline needs. Discipline needs a helping hand. It needs a goal, it needs a plan, and it needs a strong reason to do it. And not just a strong reason to stick to the plan, but as I said earlier, another side of discipline is actually saying no. And if you haven't got a strong why, saying no is going to be hard too. When it comes to the weekend and everyone's trying to drag you out, if you have no goal, no plan, but no strong reason to do it, it's going to be easy to do it. If you're with your friends and you want to stick to a diet, but you just say you're going to do it, but you don't have no goal, no plan, no reason, it's going to be easy to give up and give in. So to make sure that you are fully accountable to your word, we need a clear goal, we need an action plan, and we need a strong reason to show up and keep your word. If you do this, discipline is inevitable. I just want to say that motivation and willpower and empty promises are very, very short-lived. But if you put a clear goal in place, you break it down in a plan, and you have a strong reason to show up every single day, and you keep your word, you stay consistent and committed, discipline becomes a part of who you are. And that's when your identity changes. And when your identity changes, you're not trying to build discipline, you just become a disciplined person. So keeping your word just becomes automatic to you. And I can guarantee that if you go away from this video, you understand your goal, you put a plan in place, you understand your why, and you keep your word, you will become the disciplined person that you want to become.